You got clickbaited, my boy! Well, while I have you, let's talk for a minute about leaks. Leaks is this concept of if you have a prop image, a Halloween decoration image, in the Halloween community at least, I'm speaking, that you are sharing that around with other people even though it's confidential. And this is particular with Spirit Halloween. All I want to throw out is that nobody cares that I'm posting about Lowe's or Home Depot, but with Spirit Halloween, it's a lot bigger of a deal. So maybe what I'm trying to poke at before I actually talk about the Lowe's stuff, because that's what this video is about, spoiler alert, before I actually talk about the Lowe's items, I want to say that maybe it's not the biggest deal. Now, I'm not saying to breach your trust with people. I'm not saying to share confidential information. It's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, if you are harassing people for having images of Halloween decorations, baby, you need to get a life! Alright, let's talk about Halloween decorations. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're talking about Lowe's today. All new stuff from Lowe's. Now, if Spirit Halloween is the gold, and Home Depot is the silver, I don't know if Lowe's even meets the bronze in terms of their Halloween stuff. And Lowe's, if you're watching this, that's no offense, because there are a lot of bronze and other contenders down there. You have Big Lots, you have Michael's, you have a lot of other companies trying to compete to get into the Halloween game. But I have to say, Lowe's is taking a step above this year because they know their competition is nasty. They know Home Depot is getting vicious. And so what they are doing is they're ramping up the game. Now, first and foremost, before I get into anything else, I have to talk about the fact that we are getting not one, not two, not three, but 4 iconic horror slashers at Lowe's for 2022. And I know they're the new Jimmy models, and I know they're not the best things that we've seen in the world. I already did personal videos on the Chucky and the Jason, and you probably have seen the Freddy and the Michael Myers by this point. But the fact that they're all going to be together at the same store, I can't help but be happy. I'm a horror nerd, of course I'm excited. And out of all 4 of these, I think the Jason by far looks the best, and it's the one I'm most leaning to purchasing. But I really hope Lowe's takes advantage of having all of these guys and actually create some kind of scene or display with them. I hope they're all actually in stores, because what a shame would it be to not have these guys together, because I mean, these are like the most iconic slashers. Of course, in the clickbait title and thumbnail, I'm teasing at Leatherface, and that's because I have a theory that we're going to get a Leatherface this year. It's just my little theory. I'm just throwing that out. But I say all that to say the slashers are bigger and badder than ever, because especially now with a lack of slashers besides the new Halloween movies and that awful Texas Chainsaw movie. I need to talk about that, jeez. Besides those movies, we haven't seen a big resurgence of the slasher subgenre, and so I think we're getting our fill through merchandise from those 80s films. So that's exciting. Now I am going to pull up, there are some lists of leaked product names and prices, if you will, from Lowe's order catalog history things that employees have shared on the internet. I found some screenshots from Halloween Forum, and you can see that there are a lot of unique items. This isn't even all of them. That's just a sample of some of the items we're going to get. And there are a few names of note. Specifically, there is a 9-foot animated Jack Skellington, no image yet. And there's a lot of Haunted Mansion stuff. So a few years ago, Lowe's had the Universal Monster copyright. Last year it was like Nightmare Before Christmas, and they still are carrying that over. But this year, they're really honing in on the Haunted Mansion stuff. So much so, in fact, that we're getting a life-size 6-foot Doom buggy with the hitchhiking ghosts, which is awesome, and I really wish I had a picture. I don't, unfortunately. But besides that, there's also going to be more hitchhiking ghosts, and one of the coolest things of all, an animated Madame Leota tombstone, and I do have a picture of that, so here you go. It looks really cool. Very excited because Haunted Mansion is probably one of the greatest rides ever in Disney history, and so this is really exciting stuff. It's weird that we haven't seen anything at Spirit Halloween yet from the Haunted Mansion license that they have. So Spirit, if you're watching this, take some notes. On the side, there are also a few other random things, like a Cheshire Cat, other Disney merch, more Haunted Mansion, and Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. So we're getting that Disney section really prominent at Lowe's. But other than that, one of the other big things that I don't think I talked about yet was this giant mummy. In order to compete with the Home Depot doing their giant whatevers, the big skeleton specifically was popular, we're now getting a giant mummy at Lowe's. And I have to say, despite how much I love mummies, I'm going to do a whole video about mummies in the near future, I'm just not a big fan of this. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, it kind of looks cheap. And second of all, it has rainbow LED colored lights, and I do not get why that's being featured with a mummy. So I have to scratch my head wondering why this was what they decided to go with. But at any rate, there are some other original animatronics coming to Lowe's, including I think this is a 10-foot witch, which I've said all I can say about witches at this point. If you like witches, you might be interested in this one, although it just looks lengthy for the sake of length. There's not really a rhyme or reason to why she's this big. She's just a giant tall witch with a really long cloak, so there's that. There's also a few new blow molds coming out, including, again, Haunted Mansion and Disney stuff, but there's also a few generic Halloween ones in case you like that stuff for your outdoor decorating. We also have two new hanging monsters. You have a prison inmate type zombie and Hugs the Clown for some reason, so there's that. Also, we're getting another life-size animated clown, which doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look amazing. And you know my thoughts on clowns, and this one being kind of a generic clown, I'm kind of on the less interested side with it, especially with those horror icons aforementioned. And there's also this ghoul-looking dude. I really don't know what to make of him. It's just kind of a ghoul guy. He's just there at this point. And there are other names I could pull up, and there's other images I'm sure I could pull up, but that's kind of the overview of what Lowe's is going to have. Again, I'm really excited about those 4 horror icons coming to the store and the new Haunted Mansion merchandise. The fact that we're getting life-size Haunted Mansion stuff is amazing. I don't know if they're doing a Hatbox Ghost. I have no idea about that unless other places are doing a Hatbox Ghost. I have no idea. But I am excited to see what Lowe's has to offer. They're getting in the ring with Home Depot, and I'm all for it. So in the comments below, first of all, don't dislike bomb this video too much. You know what, actually, I teased you in the beginning, so go ahead, whatever. But more specifically, I want to hear what animatronics do you want to see this year. It could be something that hasn't been announced yet. It could be something like that Leatherface, for example, my Leatherface theory. It could be something that has been announced. Maybe you're really excited to see the hitchhiking ghosts. Maybe you're really excited to see the Chucky on a Roomba. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, for all things Halloween, this is hauntformer.